Hello viewers, welcome to Coding Interviews channel. Today we are going to do the mock interview. So the problem given is you are given a string representing an attendance record for a student. The record only contains the following three characters: A absent, A L late, P present. A student could be rewarded if his attendance record doesn't contain more than one A absent or more than two continuous L late, right? So you need to return whether a student could be rewarded according to his attendance record or not, right? So basically we are given with a string, right? So we'll have to check whether the student contains more than one absent or more than two consecutive else, right? So the problem is pretty simple. We will go through the entire string and calculate the number of A's, right? So number of A's. So if the number of A's are more than one, we won't be able to reward. Or if the number of consecutive L's are more than two, right? We won't be able to reward, right? So that's the two things. So we will have, okay, let's declare a variable called int n is equal to s dot length, right? So we will go through and declare another variable called absent, which we care. We will initialize to 0. Int late, right? We will also initialize to 0, right? So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus will do that. And what we are going to through is, so if s of I is equal to a, right? So that means absent, right? So what we are going to do is absent plus plus, right? Or else if, right, what we are going to calculate is if s of I is equal to L, right? What we are going to do is late plus plus, right? So with that code, what we would get is the number of absents and number of L's, but we won't get whether there are two consecutive L's, right? So for that purpose, what we are going to do is we need to keep track of what is the oldest L, right? So if an L occurred, right? If an L occurred previously, what is the count, right? What is the count, right? And we need to reset L, right? So that means else what we are going to do is late is equal to 0. We need to reset, right? Let's say in our first this example, right? So L happened, but next P occurred. So there are two L's, that's fine, but whenever P occurred, we need to reset L. So for example, if it was like this, right? If it was a string of like this, right? We will still return true, because even though there are three L's, but there are only two consecutive, it's not more than two consecutive, right? So that's what it is, right? So that's what we need to keep in mind, right? So if we can do that, right, then that's we are good. So another way that we could essentially do is, so else if, right, s is greater than, or sorry, I is greater than or equal to 2, right, and s of I is equal to L, and s of I minus 1 is equal to L, and s of I minus 2 is also equal to L, right? So in that particular case, we don't need this, right? So what we will say is, okay, we will not need even late also. We will declare bool reward is equal to true, right? So but in here we will say, okay, reward is equal to false, and then we break out of here, right? So if reward and absent is less than or equal to 1, right, then return true, right, else return false, right? So this is the simple thing that we can do, right? So let's go ahead and execute this code, right, to see if there are any issues, right? So yeah, this is all actually lowercase, right? Okay, let's go further. Right, so in this particular case we are returning true, right? So let's put in this test case, right? So in this particular case what we are going to get is a true and a false, right? Right, so let's put another L here. We still expect true, you see, we still expect true, yes, but as and when you put this, right, it should be false now. Yes, both of them are false. So even if you put this too, right, so that should also give you true. Yes, true. And let's do one more here. In this particular case it should return false, right, because there are 3 consecutive else, right? So we are able to put few test cases and get this working, right? Let's submit this code and see what we're going to get, right? Good. So this particular question is accepted, right? So that's awesome. Hope you enjoyed the mock session. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section. I will be back with another mock session very soon. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and also share among your friends as much as you can. Please click on the bell icon so that you will be notified about all my future videos and all the mock sessions like this. Thank you for watching. I will be back with another mock session very soon. Till then, stay safe and goodbye.